Well, all right. Welcome. Thanks for coming to Friday Night Zoom for July 16th. Um, Here we are. It's been a nice week, I think. So for tonight, I don't really know what I'm going to talk about. I have like a kind of a general feeling about something I wanted to get into a little bit. Last week we did the meditation first, and that seemed to be uh, to to go well. So maybe I'll just kind of like say a few short words about a thought that's crossed my mind, which is that um, it's important to remember to have fun with all of this. When you start talking about spirituality, people start getting, deadly serious, and uh, um, and they forget to hold on to it lightly. Um, I started this whole thing with the meditations and the breath work, and and talking about stress and anxiety as a way of helping people deal with the stress and anxiety that was coming from all the stuff that was going on when we started with the pandemic and the political stuff and um, like all of the increased tensions and polarization and people being cooped up at home, having to wear masks when they were going out. So it was a lot of stress and tension, and I saw you know, people getting extremely irritated out in public spaces, having a tough time with everything. So I thought, some uh, basic approaches to dealing with stress and anxiety would be helpful. And that was, meditation and the breath work, various kinds of or technique, breath work techniques. And, um, but then that kind of gets you into spirituality because the ultimate method for dealing with stress and anxiety is to get in touch with who you really are, your true self, your real essence, which is invulnerable and has nothing to worry about, nothing to fear. And so then that's like the ultimate cure for stress and anxiety. So it kind of all come different, approaches to the same problem, and different people are at different places in that process. So it just seemed like like it was um, a good overall approach would be helpful. But like I say, when people get so caught up in spirituality and making it such a serious thing, and ultimately it's all about ending suffering. And then so the only hard work is realizing that we create most of our own suffering. And so that's hard because the first time we are called to look at that, to examine our role in the creation of our own suffering, it's not something that a lot of people really want to do. It's kind of a challenge. It's a difficult thing to face that. But the nice thing about it is once you've done it once or twice and you see, oh yeah, I do create most of my own suffering. Then after that, it gets a lot easier, and you just start having fun with it. You're like watching your ego, and oh yeah, there it goes again. And you get to the point where you're just like laughing at yourself, and so there's a humorous it can be a humorous component to it, a humorous enjoyment of the ways that we act and behave and think and create most of our own suffering. And once you get to that place, there's a kind of lightness about it and a kind of freedom. But people want to, it's like even if you don't if you don't make it fun and find the humor in it, even meditation to ease stress and anxiety can become instead a cause of stress and anxiety, because people have a tendency to like really effort at it and really try too hard. It's like, leave me alone. Can't you see I'm meditating? I'm trying to achieve inner peace. Or, it's like, right? It's like if you just um, totally focused on it in a kind of need to have it way, kind of striving for the goal kind of a way, it kind of just defeats the whole purpose. And the same thing with like being like obsessed with getting enlightened, like totally focused on it. It's like the harder you want it, the more you want it, the further away it's going to go. That's just a fact. Uh, even the the Buddha talked about how the cause of all suffering is attachments. And so if you're a Buddhist, you're supposed to let go of attachments. But then you'll often see Buddhists trying to, convince other people of the wisdom of their path and trying to get them to follow that path, and being very attached to the outcome, being very attached to having that person agree with them that this is like the best thing and you should do this and it will really help you calm down. And Christianity, I guess probably all religions the same way. Christians can get very personally invested in saving you, but if you read the New Testament, it doesn't seem to me like Jesus was all that personally invested in getting followers. He just presented his message, take it or leave it. So it's like you can turn the spiritual path into a path of attachment. You can turn meditation into something you have to work at and succeed at. And that kind of just, that's like a self-defeating way of going about things. You need to, I just want to say that we need to keep it fun and light, enjoy it. Like one of the, when you realize your essential nature, you come to the realization that the universe is not out to get you. God is not trying to kill you, and you're essentially safe. And if you can feel that essential safety, then it's anxiety becomes a thing of the past. And so the point of meditation really, and breathwork techniques, is to get you to a place of inner stillness where you can make contact with that essential safety, that essential nature that is always there. It's not to make your ego mind feel safe. It's more about, because that's never going to happen. Your ego mind is crazy and it will always be crazy. But it's more about calming and quieting the chattering mind, the monkey mind, so that you can hear your essential self. Um, I've told the story about how I was like watching a documentary on the Nature Channel or the Discovery Channel or one of those kinds of things, and they had this giant tree, and in the tree was like 200 howling monkeys. These monkeys were just going insane. They were screaming and yelling, jumping from branch to branch. It'd be like 5 monkeys on this branch would leap up in the air to the other side of the tree, and the 3 monkeys on another branch would leap up into the air from the other side of the tree to the other side of the tree. And it was like you were waiting for them to crash into each other, and if they all didn't jump at the same time, there would have been no place for anybody to land. So it's like a huge amount of activity with these monkeys jumping. And I watched this, they just had the camera on the monkeys on the tree for like, it was at least 5 minutes, a good 5, 6, 7 minutes. And I'm watching these monkeys, and I observed every detail about these monkeys. I saw what they look like. I mean, if um, I don't know different kinds of monkeys, but if I was to give like a description to a police sketch artist, he could have drawn you an exact picture of these monkeys. The way I like the color of their fur, how their faces look, how their rear ends look, like everything about them, I observed in keen detail. And then the narrator comes on with this low voice, and they cut to another scene, and then suddenly it hit me. I had been looking at the tree that they were on for 5, 6, 7 minutes, and I couldn't tell you the first thing about that tree. The tree was right there, and I was looking right at it, but I didn't see it. All I saw was the monkeys. I did not see the tree. I couldn't tell you the bark, the limbs, branches, leaves, big, short, fat, thin. I didn't know anything about this tree that I had literally been looking at for a good 5 minutes. And that's when it hit me. This is what they mean about the monkey mind. Your essential nature is that tree. You completely don't know anything about it because you're continually being distracted by the monkeys jumping around. And so meditation is like, and breath work too, is like, going out to the tree and giving everybody bananas so they calm down and eat and go to sleep. And then now you've got a tree full of sleeping monkeys, and now you can see the tree. So now you've got your thoughts all quieted down. Now you can see the tree of your essential nature underneath it all. And but if you are forgetting to have fun and to keep it light and to keep like a relaxed, easy grasp on it, you keep an easy hold on it so that it doesn't become, your meditation doesn't become just another monkey in your tree. The whole point of it is to relax, have fun, and enjoy it, and let the meditation calm the monkeys down so that you can get in touch with the tree. So I just think that's an important point that gets overlooked. Any kind of meditation or breath work or spirituality or personal growth, it's best to keep a relaxed, fun attitude around it, and your success rate will be much higher. So that's kind of the only thing I wanted to share tonight. And we could have a discussion or questions, or I could start with.
No, that makes sense.
Yeah, and it's not like I'm not making like a controversial point, but it just doesn't get brought up enough. I don't bring it up enough. We have a tendency to make all this stuff like really serious, but okay. So let's have a fun meditation. All right. So what would be a fun meditation? I have no idea. Um, let's just close our eyes and get comfortable. I'm gonna mute you so we don't hear the noise while we meditate. So, And just kind of like move your body around if you need to get all the kinks out. Find a comfortable position for your body. Take 3 deep breaths. And now we focus our awareness on our breathing. Just place your attention on your breath. Notice your breath as it goes in your nose. How does it feel going into your nose? How does it feel as it goes up the nasal passages? Notice how it feels on the exhale. When it comes out of your nose, do you feel a little bit of a breeze on your upper lip? Just really place your attention on your breathing. Feel it going in and out of your nose. And how does it sound? Can you hear your breathing? Do you hear your breathing coming from the outside through your ears, or do you hear your breathing inside your head, like on the inside of your ears? Notice how your chest rises and falls as you breathe. And if a thought arises while you're breathing, just don't follow the thought. Don't get entangled in it. But don't fight against it either. Don't try to force it away. Just notice it arising, notice that it lingers for a while, and then it passes. And come back to your breathing. Just focus your awareness on your breath. And anytime that a thought arises and distracts you, as soon as you notice that, just return to your breath. It's free and easy and light. It's a light-handed approach. You're not trying to force the thoughts to stay away or to go away once they've come. You just focus on your breathing, and if a thought arises, you just go back to your breathing. You don't have to do anything about the thought, and you don't have to judge yourself for having a thought. Thoughts will arise. all you have to do, as soon as you notice a thought has arisen, go back to your breathing. And so the ultimate point of this meditation, aside from the fact that it's very calming, but the ultimate point is to calm the monkeys down enough that you can see the tree. That is to calm the thoughts down enough that your true essential nature comes forward. But it's a light and easy grasp. You're not trying to force the monkeys to stay away, and you're not trying to make your true essential nature come forward. You're not trying to make that happen. If your thoughts quiet down enough, your true nature will become self-evident. It will just shine forth. You don't have to do anything to make that happen. And so it's a receptivity. It's just being open to the possibility, sort of watching what happens. So it's all very passive. When your thoughts arise, you just passively watch them and then watch them fade away and return back to the breathing. And if your essential nature shines forth, you're just openly receptive to that happening. So there's no doing, it's just a being. Thinking about thinking is also thinking, thoughts. Thinking about breathing is also thoughts. Thinking about your chest rising and falling is also a thought. Thinking about how the air feels going in and out of your nose is also a thought. Get out of your head and into your body. Feel your chest rising and falling. Feel the air going in and out of your nose. Hear the sound or feel it in your head. By placing your awareness within the body, you automatically deny that energy to the thinking mind, and thoughts will naturally subside. So let's end the meditation with 3 deep breaths. And if you want, you can continue. But we'll end it there unless anyone wants to share. So thank you for
Thank you. Good night.
good night. Thank you. Namaste.
Thank you. Nice meditation tonight, Ray. Thanks a lot.
Simple is,
Take care.
simple is best, huh?
Yeah.
Simpler the better often.
Pardon me?
The simpler the better often.
Yeah.
Good night, everyone. Enjoy your weekend. Have fun.
Thank you. You too.